Okay, and welcome back, everyone, to another great episode of The First Inning. And welcome back. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. For all the people on YouTube and everybody, please like, share, subscribe. And to all the people on iTunes and Google Podcast and all these weird streaming devices, thank you for listening. And please hit that like button when you're on your streaming device. That means a lot. We got Roger, the big Yankee fan, with us today, and we're gonna talk about some questions that the Yankees have coming into right now into spring training. And you know what, Roger?
What is that?
We got some breaking news.
Oh, just coming out just now?
Well, I'm making this up, but it's breaking news. Check this out, right? Okay, you know all those documents that they were finding at Joe Biden's house?
Oh, yeah.
Well, guess what? That's not all they found.
Oh.
They found stuff about the Yankees.
Oh, my goodness, really?
Yes, and you know what they found? Locked away in a closet somewhere? The whole Yankee postseason offense was locked in the closet. They found it. They found it.
They're all hiding in Joe Biden's garage.
Hey, you know what else they found? You know what else they found in Joe Biden's closet?
The Kobe Ellsbury.
Yes. How'd you know? And Brian Cashman's hairline.
Oh yeah. He shaves his head now.
Yeah, man.
I'm all bald on top too with my comb over going on.
They found everything in there, man. Hopefully, the Yankees could get it back, through the feds somehow, and put it towards this season.
Exactly. And the Yankees did a great international draft signing. They have signed Brandon Maia, who was an outfielder. He was a shortstop. He's 17 years old. And the signing bonus was $4.3 million. They used the majority of their international bonus pool money to sign Brandon Maia, a 17-year-old outfielder. And many scouts believe that Maia reminds them of Gary Sheffield quite a bit. And he is a top international Cuban prospect, a young teenager. And the Yankees put $4.3 million into a signing bonus. So that's what happened there. And Frankie Montas is 8 to 10 weeks behind his training for the off season, and is expected to miss at the very least, the first month of the season in the pitching rotation with shoulder inflammation, the same injury that he was dealing with at the end of last year. And he did not impress very well last year. They were expecting him to improve quite a bit this year. So it does look like for the number 5 starter that the Yankees will have to be dealing with Clark Schmidt and Domingo Germán in number 5 spot in the rotation. So that's why it is so good that they signed such a great pitcher like Carlos Rodon to be the number 2 behind Garrett Cole.
Yeah, that is true, man. They did a great thing, but we don't know how far this kid is gonna go.
Right.
But it depends on how well he plays, So let's see what happens. That's all we could do.
Last year, pitched 170 innings. Once again with Rodon, there were health issues. He has a devastating slider and a high-velocity fastball. He's a left-hander, and he had a 2.64 earned run average last year with 14 wins, and was a very strong performing lefty power pitcher with a devastating slider. And they believe that the Yankees have one of the best rotations going on paper. Of course, they don't play the games on paper, but with Cole, Rodon, Severino, they've got a good situation going on there. Nestor Cortez, and then the number 5 position is going to have to be filled in by Clark Schmidt or Domingo go Vermont to begin with because Montas will be out to begin the season.
Yeah, I'm trying to pull it up now for people could read it. But yeah, man, that's a big bummer, man, because because what they're saying is in August they traded away J.P. Spears and Ken Waldudlock and Luis Medina and those guys. So now like their prospects to come up as starting pitchers has dwindled away.
Right, exactly, and that's what they traded them all for Montas, and that's what kind of held them up from getting Reynolds from the Pirates. The Pirates were asking for king's ransom for Reynolds, and they wanted pitching, but the Yankees traded Walter Chalk away, J.P. Sears away for Montas. And as it stands right now, it looks like the Pirates will most probably hold on to Reynolds until the trade deadline.
Well, that's the thing. We don't know if that's going to happen or not, right?
Right. But it's but some of the insiders are saying it seems as if the Pirates, no one is fighting on the king's ransom that the Pirates want. Or Reynolds. No one is fighting on that, so they may just hold on to him until the trade deadline when some teams become more desperate.
That's true. I don't think they're going to try to get rid of him right away, right?
Right, that's at this point.
No.
So the Reynolds thing is simmering quite a bit. But,
yeah, we haven't heard anything about Brian Reynolds ever again, right? I mean...
Right. It's really that situation has died down quite a bit. But Michael Kay does believe that the Yankees starting left fielder is not on the roster yet. So Michael Kay still believes they're going to do something.
I mean, I believe it too. I mean, it's going to be a point in time where they are. I think there wasn't going to be a big trade, but from what they're saying here in this article, right? They're talking about now that they may trade away Gabriel Torres for some reason, which I don't understand why. Because at this point in time, I mean, he has a good bat. He hits home runs. I mean, he plays second base pretty well. You know what I mean? It's like, that'll do. I mean, and plus, they have him on the team control for another year, right? This was his last year.
I think they have another year after this.
Because Gabriel went to arbitration.
Right.
So they're gonna that only means that he only wants to fight for a top pay. You know what I'm saying? And they, it doesn't mean that he's trying to not play on the team or nothing like that. He just want to get the top pay, and he's going through his union to get that top pay. That's all that's all what arbitration is.
Exactly. And the Yankees offered $9.7 million, and his camp was asking for $10.2 million. So a $500,000 difference between the two of them. I guess the reason that they might think of trading him is because he has value, and but they would have to trade to someone where they could get a lot of value back for him in whatever position they want him to be in. And this is why DJ LeMahieu is so important to be healthy, because if they do something like trade Gleyber Torres, DJ LeMahieu will have to weigh into things quite a bit more. And there is talk, we'll see how it goes in spring training, that Anthony Volpe may give a shot at playing second base coming right out of spring training. So a lot of things are up in the air still.
Oh, let me go to that little article real quick, because now what they're saying is who's going to be the opening day shortstop for the Yankees. So what they're saying is that Oswald Peraza could win the job out the gate, and Isaiah Kiner-Falefa will be a infield. Ooh, excuse me. For infield utility player.
Right, and they signed IKF to a big contract for IKF.
$6 million. $6 million. Go ahead. Hello?
Yeah, they signed the IKF to a $6 million contract.
Yeah, so how would you, I mean, in my opinion, the way the Yankees are, if they paying $6 million for you, you're going to be playing opening day there, whether you like it or not. You know, but Oswald Peraza, he should be in the backup. Anthony Volpe, he should stay minor league so he can play every day. The kid only has, 99 plate appearances in AAA. So he still needs at bats. He still needs a whole another year.
Right. We'll see how it all goes. You know, we'll see. Spring training is going to be very interesting. You know, and we'll see how it goes. And they have guys that can compete for left field, like Willie Calhoun and all of that kind of situation in left field. And they got Billy McKinney back, who came up in their system, and McKinney's back. Willie Calhoun is back. So they have guys that can compete for left field. So we'll see how it all goes.
Also too though, you gotta understand one thing too. Like these guys like Anthony Volpe and whatever, if you bring them up early, right? Like they have done so many times with other guys like Shane Spencer or let's say even Gabriel Torres, right? You bring him up early, right? And all of a sudden he's hitting home runs up to Kinzang, right? And then next year and the year after that, they don't hit nothing. You know why? It's because they haven't had that many at-bats for them to adjust to the major league pitching. Because what happens is once you beat a team, right? Okay, you smack home runs off all these teams, right? Now what happens is next year they have done their homework on you. You see, and MLB is so great at this that they will execute these theories on striking you out, and it works. And you will never hit another home run ever again.
Right. You think of guys like Ricky Leday or Bubba Crosby.
Yeah. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. I mean, Major League Baseball is so major league. Is what I'm saying is that they do their homework, man. And once they figure out that what you can't hit, and they figure out that this guy can throw what you can't hit, they're gonna go for that all the time. Look at them. Look at Giancarlo Stanton, right? The guy hits 1,000 feet home runs, but they know what he can't hit, and they strike him out all the time. Right?
Oh, yeah, Giancarlo can look very good. When Giancarlo is going good, he looks like a world beater, but then he can also look really bad too on some pitches.
Yeah, because once they figure out what he can't hit, that's when they start throwing it there, and then he can't hit it like low and outside. You know that sinker that they throw low and outside that it goes like a lollipop, bloop, right in there. He can't hit that. And he know it's coming, and he's set up for it and everything, and it comes down and he still can't hit it.
I know.
That's just Major League Baseball, man. Major League Baseball is something else, man. I mean, you can't practice this stuff.
It's incredibly difficult, no doubt about it. And that's where Judge became such a fantastic hitter last year. He also hit 311, and he wasn't chasing the outside pitches. He was very selective for going for pitches in the strike zone. And Judge has just become an all-around superstar hitter.
Yeah, but right. No, I agree 100%. But here's the problem. Now, you want to be like Judge. Now, I'm not gonna swing at that, right? And I know it's a ball, but the umpire calling it a strike.
Right.
So now he's striking me out. Hey, I was like,
Oh, that reminds me. Guess what? The minor leagues are going to AAA. It's going to robot umpires this year.
Oh wow! So what does that mean?
They're setting it up. I don't know if they'll have a regular umpire behind the plate, and then they will use the pitch tracker the way we see on the TV, and the umpire will just repeat that. I guess that's what they mean by robot umpires.
Right, they're gonna have a bunch of Johnny Fives. Remember the movie Johnny Five's Short Circuit? Y'all probably too young for this. Yo, what's up, Bryson on the check-in, Henry on the check-in, 25 Perez on the check-in. What's up? Yo, y'all don't. I don't think I remember Short Circuit.
Oh yeah, that came out in the '80s.
Oh, that was my favorite, man. Johnny Five, man. He's a robot that they bring to life, and
Oh, who's Johnny?
yeah, and then his intelligence is so great that he becomes like a human, like he has feelings and all that, and he goes on a wild adventure. Yo, that's one movie they should really remake, man. Johnny Five, you know, because with all the CGI now and all that, they could really make that movie.
Exactly. So I don't think they're going to have actual robots, but what I'm thinking, I'll look more into it, but when they're talking about robot umpiring for home plate, I would imagine that they would be using the pitch tracker, you know, where they would track it the way we see it on the TV with the box, and the umpire would have a headset on, and they would tell the umpire to call it a ball or a strike. And if they do that, though, think about all the catchers that do framing. That would be somewhat obsolete, the framing, because the pitch tracker will call the pitches, the strikes, and the balls.
True, but I think you still gotta frame it though, because maybe you can fool the camera a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, maybe. I'll look more into it, but from what I understand, the MLB are going to be using the robot umpires.
Wow, so that's in what you said, AAA?
Yes.
Oh, so then that means that they're gonna eventually bring it up to the major leagues then.
Right, exactly. It seems to be working its way in, you know?
Yeah, but don't they have already robot umpires already with the CGI of ESPN and all that, Yes Network, when they show you the box and they show the ball going?
Right.
I mean, they already have it already. It's not like nothing new.
Exactly. So they're bringing it into AAA this coming season, and we are going to have some rule changes this year. We're going to have a 15-second pitch clock for the pitcher when there is no one on base, and a 20-second pitch clock when there is a runner on the base. And the bases have become larger, and the shift is going to be restricted quite a bit. But they'll use shift outfielders.
That's going to be a great thing, man.
You know, so a number of moves are being made for this upcoming year. It'll be exciting.
Let me shout out 25 Perez. He's absolutely right on baseball is one of the hardest sports, man. You can't practice baseball like you gotta. Okay, you can practice baseball, of course. It's stupidity, right? Of course you can practice baseball, but what I'm saying is you cannot practice the environment of a real Major League Baseball game. You can't practice that. I mean, you can't practice being in Yankee Stadium with the temperature the way it is, whatever it is, right? The lighting the way it is, the day, the sun the way it is, or maybe it could be moonlight time and the way it is. You can't practice these things. And when a player hits the ball, it's a once in a lifetime shot of even catching the baseball, or stopping it, or throwing it for a double play, or throwing it for an out at first. It's a once in a lifetime shot. You can't practice that. I mean, man, you see football, if you get the thing wrong, if you throw a bad pass, you got 4 downs to do it and get a first down.
Right.
You have room for error. You know what I'm saying? Even in hockey, you're just throwing the puck around, hoping that it gets into a net. Same thing with soccer. But baseball, you get one shot at catching that ball, whether you're the hitter of hitting the ball or whether you're the person on defense catching the ball. It's once in a lifetime shot. And you can practice that 1,000 times, but you're not going to get the same environment as an MLB game where, you know, the pitcher is throwing 90 miles an hour and the batter can hit it exit velocity at 115 miles an hour, which can nearly damn kill you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, Roger, do you watch Vladimir Guerrero?
Oh, yeah.
His YouTube channel.
Oh, no, I haven't watched his channel yet. You told me about it. I'm meaning to put it on, but I haven't watched his channel yet.
Well, you already know that Vladimir Guerrero is one of my favorite players, right?
Oh, yeah.
And, they had this guy hitting batting practice, This guy was hitting laser beams out there. I mean, I don't know how these kids were even catching them balls, but it was like, pew! I mean, wow. I said, imagine how it looks like in Yankee Stadium, where the guy's just throwing normal BP. I mean, he's throwing 60 miles an hour, 55 miles an hour, something like that to him. And he's hitting rockets, 100 miles an hour exit velo.
Right.
That's crazy. So imagine a pitcher throwing 90 miles an hour, 90 plus, 96, 98, right? And this guy can hit it that hard. It's once in a lifetime that these situations, that whole environment comes together. You can't practice that.
Well, who has the highest exit velocity? Aaron Judge, followed up second by John Carlos Stanton. But Vladimir Guerrero Jr. is right out there too.
Yeah, the hardest hit exit velo of the whole season of 22 is by a guy named O'Neal on Pittsburgh Pirates.
Oh yeah, exactly.
He hit a single off the wall. I mean, that was 122 or 21 miles an hour exit velo. Now every other hit that's close to that has been Giancarlo.
Right, exactly. And O'Neal was named after Paul O'Neal, believe it or not.
Oh wow, I never knew that.
Yes. And but it will be very interesting. Oh, I want to say also, and to talk about football, congratulations to the New York Giants for beating the Philadelphia Eagles and moving on in the playoffs. For beating the Minnesota Vikings and moving on in the playoffs to face the Philadelphia Eagles.
That was a great game.
Jones was fantastic at quarterback, rushing for 70 yards and throwing for 300 yards. And the Giants looked very good, beating the Vikings. And they will take on the Eagles in Philadelphia next Saturday night.
Man, it could be a New York Giant and Buffalo Bills repeat Super Bowl, man.
Right. You never know.
Because
they're both in it.
Yeah, the Buffalo Bills are that good, where I think they're going to go to Super Bowl. And I'm hoping for the Giants to get there. So if they can clash, man, get there. Going to be another repeat of that, man.
Right, that was the 1991 Super Bowl.
I never forgot that Super Bowl, man, where we're all in the house and the guys ready to kick the field goal and the Giants are all holding hands on the sidelines like that, right? And we had a Super Bowl party in the house, so everybody in the house was holding hands like the Giants. And the guy kicked the ball and it was no good. The Giants win the Super Bowl.
That was in the NFC Championship game against the 49ers. The 49ers could have taken the Giants out with a field goal, and the 49ers missed it, and then the Bills missed it too.
Yeah, but the one with the Buffalo Bills, when he missed that field goal, that crowned the phrase, and it started from that game that Phil Simms was asked, what are you gonna do after you just won the Super Bowl? He gonna say, I'm going to Disney World. That's when it all started, from that.
What I meant to say, I'm sorry. What I meant to say is the Giants kicked the field goal against the 49ers and beat the 49ers.
Yeah.
Then in the Super Bowl, the Bills tried to almost do the exact same thing, but missed the field goal.
Yeah, he missed the field goal. Oh my God, that was big, man. And then in 2009, man, with Eli Manning, and the helmet catch.
Right.
Man, that was huge, man. That was big, man. Hopefully the Giants could come back, man. I went to Super Bowl Boulevard that year in 2009. I got the whole Super Bowl bull, right? And I got it autographed by a bunch of guys. I even got Teddy something. I think he played for the Vikings at one time. But anyway, I got a bunch of guys. I even got Jim Brown that day.
Wow.
Yeah, I got Jim Brown, legendary Jim Brown from the movies, Jim Brown.
Yes, exactly.
Pittsburgh Steelers, Jim Brown. Or was he a Raider?
Super Bowl against the Ravens. Remember the Giants versus the Baltimore Ravens Super Bowl? That was a really bad one for the Giants.
Yeah, it was, man. But, man, hopefully the Giants will go all the way this time, man. I mean, they got it good, man. I mean, they could just, as long as they just play the way they played, they should be fine. But
Exactly. So this will be fun, and looking forward to spring training.
Oh, what is it? 30 days to spring training, right? From now? I think it's
exactly the report. Exactly.
I think it's 30. I think it's a month. I think it's a month from now.
Exactly. They report on February 16th, and then the whole team reports by February 20th, and then we're underway. And we've already got 5 games booked, the 2 of us.
Wow. So it's with this week, including this week, it will be 5 weeks till spring training. 5 weeks.
Okay, fantastic.
That's pretty close, man. By the time we'll be there, by the time you know it.
Exactly. And for our first game, that will be April 14th with you and I, and we'll be on the main level in section 127B. And then our next 2 games will be in sections 405 and 406, but the lower part of the upper deck. And then we have 2 games coming up in June as well.
Yeah, I can't wait, man. I'm waiting for that ballpark pass. And
right.
then I'll be good. I'll be in there.
And I'm going to secure us 5 more games. And then we'll also have the voucher game. So I'll get to 11 games again this coming year at Yankee Stadium.
Wow, that's pretty good, man.
That's what I did last year.
That was the same thing, right?
Right, exactly. It would have been 12, except for that day that the train was completely messed up and did not come until in the evening.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot about that game. That game was so hot. Man.
Right.
That was a good game, too, but it was a hot game, hot day for a game.
Right. And I had you in the level 2s towards right field, and you even had to move up to the section 405 to get some air.
Yeah, man. Yeah, because I still believe. Well, there is still the 19 going around, and I believe like when you find yourself in those situations where there's a lot of people, it's hot, and there's just no air moving, you should just put on a mask. Because I mean, you can get sick, know. So, next time. But we did the right thing. We moved out of there and went to the top, man, and got some air, man.
Right.
But
we're gonna have a good year again this year, and spring training is just about to start. It's a dead time right now. January is dead, and we'll be all ready to go, and we'll keep track of what's happening with the Yankees in the off season. And that's where we stand right now.
Yeah, man. Like like we said in the beginning, like we did the breaking news that in Joe Biden's garage, how they found the files in his garage. They also found the Yankee postseason offense in his closet.
Right.
And also, what they found over there was Cashman's hairline.
Right, exactly. Jacoby Ellsbury.
Yeah, they found Jacoby Ellsbury. That's red word. That's like finding Sasquatch.
Right, I thought maybe they flew him off to Mars or something.
They found also Garrett Cole's sticky stuff.
Yes, exactly.
Locked up over there. They found all that in there, man. Hopefully, man. Damn, man. The Yankees, see, the Yankees have a great team. They just have to hit the damn ball, man. Hit the damn ball. But now that the shift is gone, I think the Yankees got to do a bit better, especially Aaron Hicks. I think if he plays now, he should start getting some hits now that the shift is over, man. So let's see what happens. You just got to hit the damn ball.
Interesting to see, and how with the larger bases, encouraging stealing, the pitch clock, and everything going on, the lack of the shift, it'll be very interesting to see how this season goes.
Yeah, let's see, man. Hopefully they just change their way of thinking and stop guessing for the pitch and start looking for the pitch. You know what I mean? If that makes sense, you know?
Yeah.
But anyway, I'm going to thank you guys for watching. We'll be back on Friday with another great episode. I'm sure we're going to have some updates. We didn't really do any MLB stuff, but we'll get that on Friday if there's any updates. But there's a pretty few updates. But anyway, until then, like, share, subscribe. We'll see you on the next one. So long, everybody, and see ya.
Take care, everyone.